E Roberta, siamo abituati troppo.
I'll be right there. Alright, we're resuming here from the fish market, and I'm gonna try to show you a little bit in the back. That building back there, right on the water, it's actually a paint museum, and oftentimes they have very famous painters paintings that get taken here. We even had an exposition for Van Gogh, Salvador Dali. So despite the fact that it's a small place, it's actually pretty big in the type of events that they manage to hold. So we're crossing back the bridge that we were talking about earlier, and I'm gonna take you in a little alleyway that I used to do with the bicycle all the time. And once again, you probably can hear the rushing water. Like I said, we have lots of water around Treviso, and one thing that we are definitely not missing is fountains. We have water fountains everywhere, and all the water that you see around, it's all drinkable. Typically they put a spout so that you can drink it. You don't want to drink it directly from the fountain itself. But most fountains, they do have a spout somewhere. But let's cross over here and we'll keep going. This is what it's called, the Church of Saint Rita. And in here we are entering what it is, the university area. This area has just been renewed recently, so you can tell that the pavement is a lot newer than other areas. And the building that you see right in front of us right now, well, that was not the university back in the days. Technically, it was the hospital. It was the city hospital, which, it was discontinued many years ago when they built the new one. And eventually the building did become the University of Treviso, which it's part of the University of Venice, which Venice happens to be pretty close to here. If you want to visit Treviso, you just hop in a train in Venice, and in 20 minutes, make it 25, you're gonna be right here in Treviso, and it's all within walking distance. So we're gonna just sneak in and I'll show you the inside. In here definitely there'll be some renovation works, but here we go. We're inside the university. It's pretty neat. There is a bar and there is a ice cream parlor, and then there is the library. It's a pretty nice square. Let's see if we can get out back there. It looks like it's closed, so we're gonna walk straight. In here, where you see these chains that they placed, they were just covering some antique ruins that are under, so they prohibit you to walk over. I know that they did put some windows where you can see them, and you can see the ruins that are under, but then they overbuilt over the stuff. Oh, there it is. In here you can see it's part of what the old city used to be, how the ground used to be before the remodeling. And here we are in the middle of the university. This fountain, I guess it's closed already for the winter. It's starting to get really cold here. Like I said earlier, we are in November the 30th, and it's freezing pretty good. The mountains are already covered in snow. Down here in the city, normally we don't have much snow, but... And that's the river again. And this is the square of the university. The university technically continues and goes on the other side of the river, and they built this wooden bridge, which I hope you can see in front of us. This bridge connects the two halves of the university. Let's cross over here and I'll show you something. So down here, right in front of us, there is known as Ponte Dante. That's an historical spot because according to the history of the Divine Comedy, that's exactly the place where Dante came back after his trip through hell, purgatory and heaven. He came back to earth, right there where you see the pinnacle there. That was the spot where Dante Alighieri said that he came back to earth after his excursion, adventure through the other side. Let's call it that. Away. Well, let's continue our walk through Treviso, and here you see the big part of the river Sile. I'm gonna try to give you a bigger view of the area. And let me see, I'll try to walk closer to the river. Swans are a protected animal, and we do have a lot that go around Treviso, but we have several species of ducks and other water animals that live here, and they're all protected. They don't allow either fishing or hunting throughout the whole city. Essentially, if you are within the walls, you're not allowed to pick up any animal. Okay, let's see. We make a run forward and we'll keep our walk. So we're now leaving the university and we're going towards what it's called the Bridge St. Martino. And I'm gonna try to go through a nice little city park. That used to be one of my fun spots to go around with the bicycle. You may notice with the buildings, they come down directly onto the water, and sometimes the water comes pretty high up there. So even though we're not on the sea, the city of Treviso is very much in contact with water at all times. The little city of Treviso, it's very well known for one thing. Despite the small size of the town, which we have already crossed once at this point, there are 50 different wineries. Yes, I repeat, there are 50 wineries in Treviso, and since we began the video, we've already crossed from one edge of the wall to the opposite one already once. So now our walk will continue, and we're gonna be essentially bouncing up and down through different areas of the city, and I'm gonna show you different spots that can be nice to see. These gardens that you see back here, they're known as the Sant'Andrea's Garden. They used to be one of my favorite places to come play with my bicycle, and a lot of times me and my friends, we would challenge each other going across the fountain that you will see in a moment. I'm gonna cross this bridge and take you there in just a moment. So let's pause the video one moment and we'll resume exactly from here.